Hi and welcome to this wrist and ankle stretch routine. This yoga practice is targeted to strengthen and stretch the wrists and ankles and feet, which are so important in our yoga practice and maybe get left behind sometimes. If you're joining as part of the January Yoga Challenge on Yoga with Ilona, well done for getting to day 28. And today will be a nice break from full body exercise and stretching. We will start today just standing at the top of the mat. We'll start by taking a nice big stretch up towards the sky, just stretching out the whole body here. You can lean to one side and then the other side. Just take a moment to bring yourself into your yoga practice. And then you can start to make circles with the wrists. You can kind of make a claw shape with your hands and really feel all those little crunching sounds in your wrists. And then at the same time, you can flip onto the front of, or the top of each foot one at a time. Just feeling that stretch in the toes down the front of the feet. And then circle out your right ankle. And then your left ankle. Nice. And then from here, we'll just work into strengthening the feet and ankles by lifting the heels and placing them down. Try to really grip with all 10 toes, lifting the heels as high as you can, and then lowering back down like a little ballerina. Really feeling the quads engaged, so the fronts of the thighs and the calf muscles, the backs of the lower legs. Try to find a bit of control now, standing up on your toes, spread down through all 10 toes, even the little toes spread out and down into the mat. Keep breathing smoothly in and out through the nose. And now taking the arms out in front of you, we'll come down slowly to a toe stand. So up on the toes here, on the balls of the feet, just trying to hold that toe stand, really feeling the whole of each foot working to hold you up. And from here, you can bring your knees down and bring yourself into a kneeling position, sitting back onto the heels. So you feel this incredible stretch down the undersides of the feet. So the soles of the feet and into the toes. Just take a few nice full rounds of breath here, really stretching out the soles of the feet. If it does feel too intense, you could lift up into a lifted kneeling position. Otherwise, try to sit your weight back onto your heels to really feel that stretch in the undersides of the feet, in the toes. Nice. And now we'll come onto the tops of the feet. Take your fingertips down by your sides. A little bit of an extra challenge here. Start by just lifting one knee and you'll feel a stretch in the top of your foot. If that feels enough for you, you can just do that with the one leg at a time, lifting the left knee and then the right knee to stretch out the tops of the feet and really challenge the ankle flexibility. If you want to try lifting onto the tops of both feet and really feel that stretch there, then you can do that like I am. You could even try and balance on the tops of the feet here for just a fun little balance challenge if you've got that flexibility in the ankles and the tops of the feet. As always in our yoga practice, just take everything to a point that feels healthy and good on your body and not like you're forcing yourself beyond what's safe or healthy for you to do today. Nice. And now you can relax it down. We'll just take a child's pose for a moment to just take a few deep breaths. Nice. And then coming back up, really getting into the wrists here, we'll take some strengthening exercises first. So come up into a tabletop position, but take the fingers in towards the center and place the backs of the hands down. Middle fingers just touching at the tip. And then take your elbows out and down as you exhale, lowering your chest towards the mat. So you're going to get a really nice stretch in the chest here as well. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. This is an amazing strengthening exercise for the hands, for the arms. Really finding that range of motion. Exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come up. A couple more times. And one more. Very nice. And now just relax it back onto the heels again. Take a moment here. And then come back to your tabletop position. And now we're going to take some wrist push-ups. So keeping the fingers spreading wide, spreading down into the palms. Try to just lift the bottoms of the palms, so the wrists and the very base of each palm off the mat, keeping your arms straight. So you'll feel after a few times of doing this, pulsing up and down, that your forearms will really engage and it will start to burn a little bit. So this is really amazing to strengthen the hands and the forearms and make sure that we're not relying on our wrists so much in our tabletop position, in our downward dog. We'll do that a few more times. Keep going until it feels like you're really challenging your forearms, making sure to keep the whole of each finger pressing into the floor. Oh, it burns. And relax it back, and you can just give yourself a hug, let the arms relax. And then we'll stretch out the wrists now. So taking the backs of the hands down onto the mat, feeling that stretch through the backs of the wrists. And then take the hands forward again, tuck the toes under. We'll make our way back into a downward facing dog. Finding your downward dog here just to stretch out the backs of the legs now. Really grounding into each foot, pushing down through the ankles to feel that stretch down the backs of the legs, the sides of the body. And find as much contact between the floor and every surface underneath your hands. So the whole of each finger pressing down, the whole of each palm pressing down. And find a push out of your shoulders rather than just from your wrists. So you feel very strong through the arms and like you're really supporting your wrists in the downward dog. And then here in the downward dog, you can come onto the top of your right foot like we did standing. So just bringing the top of the right toes to the floor, and then you can pulse your left heel up and down, really deeply stretching the top of that right foot. And then take it to the other side. So top of the left foot now comes onto the mat. Really stretching out the top of that foot. And then we'll roll it forward to a plank position. Tops of the feet come down and make your way into upward facing dog. Just a little flow here. Exhale, move it back to downward facing dog. And then you can walk the feet and the hands to the center of the mat to come to a forward fold position, hanging the body heavy over the legs, bending the knees as much as you need to, and just letting the body sway over the legs, feeling that stretch down the backs of the legs and through the whole spine. Staying here as long as feels good for you. And to challenge the feet and the wrists a little more, you can take the toes onto the palms so your fingers come underneath the feet. Really stretching out the wrists here, stretching out the ankles, only if it feels okay for you. And then you can take your fingers facing towards the toes underneath the backs of the heels. Again, really allowing that weight to press down into the hands, almost massaging the hands here. That's enough, okay. And then slowly bend the knees, begin to roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time, leaving the head till last. And then when you reach standing, you can roll the shoulders. And we will finish the practice. Bring your hands to heart center, bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for practicing yoga. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are keen to continue stretching out the whole body, I will link another flow on the screen here that you could do next. And I hope you have the most beautiful day. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you very soon. Bye.